Hi, welcome to the Industry Astrology Full Moon Forecast for August 3rd, 2020. The moon is waxing. The energy is growing. How are you feeling? The moon is waxing, and on August 3rd at 8:39 a.m. Pacific time, the moon will reach its peak brightness, oppose the sun, and then begin to wane again. So that full moon energy is increasing the day before the actual climax of the full moon at 8:39 a.m. Pacific time. There is a whole day called the Purnima Tithi that is considered to be the strongest energy, lunar light that we can get. And so a lot of auspicious holidays are scheduled on the Purnima time. And actually this one is the Shravana Purnima, a very auspicious time for different rituals and prayers to be done in India. So the Shravana Purnima, as the name implies, is the full moon in the nakshatra, the Vedic lunar mansion, of Shravana. Shravana is the constellation or the nakshatra that has to do with connectivity and listening. It's symbolized by the ear and how we witness, how we hear, how we communicate. It's got a lot to do with teaching and learning as well. So of course, Shravana is also connected to language, the power of words. Words are magical. They hold so much meaning, so much history. And it's words, the sound of the words themselves in the Sanskrit language, that is said to hold a spiritual power, a magical power, actually. So the mantras that we chant, even the words we speak the words we speak to ourselves are kind of mantras, right? That shape how we feel. Words are empowering, and words can also disempower. So this is Shravana full moon is a really good time to take a look at how we talk to ourselves, how we listen to others, and also a powerful time to honor the ancient languages like Sanskrit. Actually, it's World Sanskrit Day as well. You know, Sanskrit, our oldest stories, the Vedic scriptures, were actually an oral tradition until very recently in history. And that's one reason why it's amazing how these words were preserved over generation and generation, tradition of singing, speaking these mantras, speaking these verses, memorizing, listening, repeating from teacher to student for ages. Goddess Gayatri is also celebrated on this day in many areas of India. This is her Jayanti, her birthday, the day she appeared on earth. Gayatri is a goddess that is associated with the Vedas. She's the Veda Mata, the one who protects these old scriptures and the Sanskrit language itself. So this full moon's in a nakshatra of connectivity, how we're bound up together, how we're connected, how we're committed to each other. But there's an influence also on this full moon that's also doubtful and anxious, because Saturn is close by. He's the closest graha, planet, to the full moon. And he's in Capricorn, as he's been throughout most of 2020, slowing everything down and separating and isolating. And the influence of the quarantine and the economic pressures that people have been under, very powerful since Saturn entered Capricorn. So Saturn is the one that is closest by this full moon. But Mercury, on the other side, is exactly opposite Saturn, a very strong yoga between the two of them. So Mercury also has doubt on how to connect, or how also to create together, right? Mercury has a lot to do with the economy as well. But the lucky thing is that Shravana Purnima, by its nature, wants us to find ways to connect through the division. The most well-known festival of Shravana Purnima is the Raksha Bandhan, when a sister ties a thread around her brother's wrist as a symbol of protection, a mutual protection. And it's so symbolic. There's other thread tying rituals that are done on this Shravana Purnima as well. But the thread is so symbolic of what ties, what binds people together, like a sister and brother, or it could be you and a partner or a friend, or anyone you're committed to, and who in that mutual commitment there's a protection for both of you. So this is a beautiful ritual that's happening, and it's a great time, I think, this Shravana Purnima, to really connect with those we love, those who we want to be closer to, who we want to maybe even solidify our commitments with, maybe, or renew our vows. Venus, though, the goddess of love and friendship and art, is very close to Rahu on this full moon as well, which is an interesting combination. There's a lot of kind of sort of magnifying energy of Venus there, where there could be some relationship drama even, so we have to be aware. People might be feeling more sensitive. There's a potential for misunderstanding and arguments, especially with that Mercury-Saturn also going on. But with Venus and Rahu together, there is also something that's willing to take risks too, which is a good thing if you're trying to can maybe connect with somebody romantically. This is maybe a very good full moon to open the door, or do something you've never done before, have an adventure. Just be careful not to get too emotional. Maybe sometimes the full moon can really amplify emotions of attachment and drama. So, okay. On that note, I think I covered everything. Let's take a look at what the tarot cards say about this full moon coming up in Shravana Nakshatra. Okay, so the first card that came through is the Knight of Cups. Yeah, this is a card of reaching out, finding that connection. What nourishes us, actually, across there. In the Vedic systems, the Sun and Mercury are still in Cancer for a little while longer. So this energy is, the Cancer Capricorn energy is very prevalent still. And this is a card that really has to do with how we go after, how we make that gesture, how we make that commitment, right, to what binds us. As I was saying, what holds us together and nourishes us, keeps us secure. And the next card, I feel like we've gotten this card a lot lately. It's like Durga here, the goddess on the tiger. This is the card of strength. Another aspect of that Rahu-Venus conjunction is creativity as well. So this is a powerful full moon, to do something very unusual, something creative, drawing on your inner strength, drawing on your spirit, reaching out, coordinating. And then finally, the Princess of Discs, one of my favorite cards. It is a troubling time of confusion and uncertainty in many ways, but this is a promise that there is a new birth coming out of this. She's connected to the earth very deeply. And she's something quite new, something quite young, like plants coming up in the garden to be harvested if you're growing food or flowers. But also reconnecting to the foundation of what's necessary to sustain us, their true wealth, the wealth of the earth and the community we rely on. Have courage. Reach out and make a new friend. Listen. Connect. New beginnings start from the bottom up. Find what really nourishes you and sustains you. You can trust in the earth. You can rely on her to support you. Place you belong. Come back to the centered and find it there. Okay. Well, thank you for coming to the Vedic Astrology and Industry Vedic Astrology Full Moon Forecast. I do offer one-on-one Vedic astrology readings and tarot readings. I also have a free newsletter that I write a blog for, so check it out. I often write things that I don't say and say things I don't write too. And you, do subscribe to this YouTube channel if you like it. Please comment below. Let me know how this full moon is treating you. And I will see you soon in the next video.